Yeah, it's Ringside Report MMA. We're live. It's Thursday night. We're going to preview UFC Vegas, Cara France versus Albazi. Let's do it.
Let's go!
Yeah, let's go. Why not? Let's go. Where are these guys? Let's get these guys in here. There's Fred. There's AJ. What's up, Freddie? AJ, doing it big.
What's up, Dave Simon?
What's up, man? This is
What's up?
you know, I mean,
It's a chill night.
last week we had no UFC, and this week we have no UFC.
You know what, Dave? I feel like AJ should be getting more of a spotlight, man.
Why?
In recent weeks, man, Robert De Niro was celebrated for having a kid at 79. Pacino is having one at 82. And I mean, AJ was making cool having a kid in his 70s before these guys. I mean, come on, man. AJ made it cool for these guys to have kids in their 70s.
That's true.
All we need is Harvey Keitel to bang out another one, and it'd be great, man. Then
AJ
it's a
told you
trifecta.
first. AJ told you
Listen, man.
first.
Listen, and you know what the funniest thing about all that is? Harvey Keitel is obviously good friends with these guys.
And
you. And me.
You
That's
all
right.
hang
But
out. You, De Niro, Pacino,
De Niro.
Keitel. It's the octogenarian dad group that you're all a part of.
Yep, it happens. Dude. But listen to this. When I was talking to Harvey Keitel, I mentioned, like, I was looking at names for my little guy and whatnot, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna go with Caden. So I go up to Harvey and I'm like, Harvey, listen, man, you're gonna be the first one to know my kid's name. Just tell me what you think. I go, Caden. He goes, wow, I like that name. It's a strong Irish name. I'm like, yeah. So the first guy that got to know my name, other than obviously, Lucy, was Harvey Keitel. So all we're missing is him to bang out a kid. Mind you, he has a teenage son. Like, he's what? Harvey's about 82 now. He has a teenage son. Mick Jagger, didn't Mick Jagger have like a kid coming up too? Like, or am I just dreaming that?
I don't know. I
They're
read
all
a
banging
thing
What is
about
more
the lady.
impressive? What is
The
more
lady.
impressive, that Pacino's getting a kid at 82 or that his wife is 28?
I don't
That's
think
pretty
that it's
impressive,
his
dude.
wife. From what I understand, the
his
Pacino,
girlfriend.
it's Pacino, right? De Niro, he is with the younger lady who's having his child, but Pacino, I don't think that they're even together
Yes, it is, I think.
at this point. I
It
read
is.
this thing in I think it was the New York Post or something. It was not necessarily credible, but from what I read, this woman is not necessarily with Pacino, and she has also been romantically linked to Mick Jagger and Clint
What?
Eastwood.
Damn.
And
Yeah,
she's
the
like
thing.
29 years old, and I'm like, what? What do they have in common? I guess money. I think
Daddy
she's
issues.
money.
Smoking
Well, yeah, but
guns.
well, possibly. I don't know what's going on there, but she's like rich, or her parents have money in some way. She's like a movie producer. She's not like just nobody. She's in the
Well, she's not-
Hollywood
Yeah,
business.
that's not
You
the
know.
same, dude. That's not the same. Anyways, that's what it comes down to. When you're in Hollywood, you can get away with this shit, man.
I don't know
have
if
a
it's
kid at
getting
80,
away
you
with
guys-
anything. I mean, it's all perfectly legal.
I don't think you can hold them. That's the
It's
problem. man.
weird. I think it's a little weird. I think it's like, oh well, I think it's like I think it's more weird for the dude than it is for the lady. Like in that situation, like with Pacino having a child at this point, I think it's odd. Like for the lady, I get it. Like you have a kid with Al Pacino, you're kind of set for life. Al Pacino's pretty cool. He's Al Pacino. Like I get the appeal.
Yeah,
he's Al
but
Pacino.
he's not
But Al
the most-
Pacino-
Let's go dark, man.
He's not a
How many
masterpiece
years
right
does
now,
he have
dude.
left?
Yeah, not many.
It's
Not
incredible
many.
he went this long, man.
And then she has
But-
a kid with him, and I don't know what the deal is or why she wants to have a kid with Al Pacino, or if it was.
I know it's called.
I don't know
Benjamin,
what
dude.
I don't know why. I don't know why, and I'm not
I
trying
know,
to
I'm
get in
pretty
her
sure,
shoes.
I'm pretty sure.
No, but she comes from money, AJ. It's not like it's for the money.
Yeah,
I don't
dude,
think
there's
she needs to
money,
do
and then
anything
there's
for
Al
the money.
Pacino money.
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
know
there's
about that.
money,
No.
and then there's Al Pacino
No,
money.
look up who this
and then
lady
there's
is.
Elon
I'm telling
Musk
you.
money.
No, this lady comes from like money, I think.
Listen, man, he's no prince, man. I'm telling you right now. I love Al Pacino, man. I loved Al Pacino back in The Godfather. He looked good and everything. But now Al Pacino, man, he ain't no Prince Charming, man. I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
understand being that
There
old
must
and
have been-
being like, let's get a really young lady here to. It's just, I would feel bad being that old, getting involved with that. I would feel bad. I would
don't
feel
think so,
bad
dude.
for the kid who would not know me. I would feel bad for the lady who I'd be sticking with this whole situation. I would feel bad for the lady knowing how old and gross I am that she has to have sex with me. You know, I would just feel bad being Al Pacino. I would
You're
feel
welcome
bad.
too. Listen, man. Listen, but if you blind it and close your eyes and just think of the Benjamins, you can get through it. That's what happened, man. She's 28 years old, dude. She's 28.
So
Much younger than you, man. And me, that's for sure. But 28 and he's 82? I guess there's still a chance.
for what?
I'm saying later on in life, man. You just gave hope to everybody else, man. You better believe that.
See, no, I don't see it as hope. Like, even if I were in that situation as an Al Pacino, I don't think I would go that route, is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think I would go there.
Listen, Mick Jagger and all these guys, not that they get away with it, but I guess they get away with it in some ways. But it's incredible how they just keep going, man. What are they taking at that age, man? Damn. They're still going hard, man.
I don't. Yeah, I guess they are going hard.
You know what I mean?
Good God.
Pardon the pun? You know?
Yeah.
Blue pill, man. They must be
Pardon
taking
AJ.
cases
Let's
of it.
pardon AJ as much as possible.
Listen, didn't what was it? Anna Nicole Smith, when she was like, I forgot when she was, like in her 30s, she was dating or married to that billionaire. He was like 92.
Right.
And then he died, I guess, like when they were having like, relationships.
I don't know
Or
if that's what
relate- I-
happened.
I think he
think
died in
that's
a-
just
poor
an
guy,
AJ accounting of the story.
I'm just saying.
I think
I recall that his boat got rocked, and his heart got stopped, just like bang, 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 boom. What a way to go, man. He died with a smile. Give it up for him, man. 92.
Fred,
Anna
why did you
Nicole
lead
Smith?
us down this path? And why did I take it further? Like, I started commenting on the situation, and I knew when I started doing it, I was like, this is a bad idea. We shouldn't go down this road.
I just wanted to call AJ old, man.
I know.
I wanted
Thanks,
to
man.
say congratulations on having a kid in your 70s something cool.
Thanks, Freddie.
Yeah, he
No,
invented
I still
it.
got, yeah, but I got a couple of more years to look forward to more, man. I just thought it was over, but then I know it's funny. I was hearing that story and I'm like, shit, man. Yeah, maybe I can still do it at 70 and 80. Drop some other kid.
I wouldn't
Welcome.
suggest
Why?
it, AJ.
Listen, I
Well,
won't be able
you're
to
not Al
hold it, but I'll just-
Pacino.
Yeah, that's true. I don't got Pacino's money. That's
You're
the
no
problem.
Pacino. Oh, God.
Pacino, man.
Good God
See
almighty.
what Coke does
Thank
to you,
you
man.
to Angelo Contagones, who gifted a Ringside Report Network membership here tonight, and Doug
Aw.
Hepburn picking it up. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Angelo. That's a real nice gift
Happy
there.
birthday, Angelo.
Shout out to Angelo. Yeah, happy birthday, Angelo. Keep supporting the Ringside Report Network. Become a member over at join.ringsidereport.net. My laptop just crashed on me because I need a new one, so help pay for Dave's laptop so I can keep the show going. Because it's kind of hard to do the show when I have stuff and information and the YouTube show in front of me, and then it crashes, and then I don't know where I am anymore. So, yeah, it'd be nice. We're gonna get a new laptop here for Dave soon.
For a younger lady.
What?
What do you want? You want
No, I'll
the
take the
younger
new
lady?
laptop. I'm good, AJ. I'm good.
Just saying,
I'm
just
not
in
trying to
case
get
there were some
myself
offers
in
out there.
trouble like you are. I'm smart. I'm not a dummy saying dumb stuff on YouTube
Hey, listen, man.
and
Who's saying
Rumble
dumb stuff,
and
man?
Twitch and
You
Twitter and
insult-
Facebook
don't insult Al
and all the
Pacino, man.
platforms saying dumb
Rumble.
stuff about there's still hope for you having a kid in your 80s and stuff. That's not a smart thing to say out loud.
Don't say that to
but there you
Pacino,
go.
man.
There you go saying it. There you go saying it, AJ. Good for you.
Schedule that vasectomy, AJ.
Yeah, get
No,
your
man. Listen, man. I give you a lot of credit for doing that, Freddie, man. But no one is gonna be snipping near my nuts, man. Sorry to say.
Yeah, I'm not for that either, but I don't want to
Yes, you
discuss
did.
it.
What are you talking about? You're Jewish, man. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
You got clipped. Tick, tick, tick.
I don't know what you think circumcision is, but it's not a vasectomy. And
Well,
also,
it's close enough. You're in the same, like,
also you think
Reeds
that
and Frank's
you
area.
think I was given a choice? I was 8 days old. I had no idea what the hell was going on. You think I was given a choice in the matter, AJ? I wasn't voluntary. Nolan says Anthony likes the young gals. AJ, getting yourself into trouble here publicly. Good job.
Nolan, what's up, man?
Good
Talk
job.
about Ireland, Irish, Conor McGregor, Nolan, man.
Doug is a member over at membership.ringsidereport.net. Doug is a member over at ringsidereport.net. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm getting I understand. I don't know how it happened. Angelo gifted my dad a membership to the Ringside Report Network, which is nice. And my dad is like texting me, asking me, how did I get a membership? I'm not part of the chat. And I don't know. Angelo just gave him one. So there you go.
Well, that was
You
nice.
don't need to do that because, I mean, he takes half the money anyways off the top. All right.
He's skimming from the top.
Oh,
man.
yeah. He's
It's
skimming.
okay.
He's skimming like in Casino, baby. So he's got the skim. He's doing good. All the Tim Hortons. He's doing well. That's a joke between me and him that you wouldn't even understand, but that's okay. Did you watch Ultimate Fighter? Can we talk about some UFC stuff? Fred, you didn't, right?
Talk about skimming. Listen, man, that was exciting. That was a great start
Wait,
to the
AJ,
tough,
before
man.
you go on about how great Ultimate Fighter was, which really was mid at best, I want to ask Fred why. Like, you don't care? Conor McGregor, it's like whatever?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how long will it take for Conor McGregor to be irrelevant? I mean, why is he relevant right now?
Apparently, he's irrelevant now. You're not, you know what I mean? He is irrelevant. If you're not into it, he's irrelevant.
A lot of people are.
I don't think a lot of people are. I don't know how. What do you know the ratings? Have ratings come out? It aired last night, maybe, or the night before.
No clue, but I see, like, I follow social media and I see clips here and there and things like that. I feel people still love Conor McGregor. I'm not sure why.
I mean, I tell you why, man. Because other than his shtick that he does, he's very active. I mean, he's with the community. I mean, he donated another $1 million to I forgot what it was called.
His charity work doesn't make him active or active or relevant really in the MMA world. And Fred, exactly. I think he's relevant because he's Conor McGregor. He's still the biggest star in the sport. I mean, you can't really deny that because he's a name. I don't know, because he fought Floyd Mayweather, because people know who he is, because he's the most famous. Man. He's relevant because he's the most famous. He's not relevant because he's the best fighter at this point. At one point, he was one of the best fighters. Now it's not clear what he is, but it's not because of his fighting. He's relevant because of the star power. Because Fred, no matter what, man, no matter who he fights next, they're going to sell big pay-per-views, right?
Yeah, but that's 100%. The thing. This week, man, I read quotes from him, and supposedly, like, he said, I want to fight 3 or 4 times in a calendar year. I'm like, that will never happen in the rest of his career. Throughout the rest of his career, there will never be a 12-month period where he has 3 fights. This guy, he's a part-timer at best right now, and part-timer
I don't listen.
Very, like,
look,
have you seen nice with him, man, because he's semi-retired, and I don't know, man. I just want, like, I'm gonna watch his fights, but don't tell me he's like this big relevant fighter, man. He's entertaining, but there's so many guys that are more relevant to MMA right now.
Look, I'll give you this. Yeah, he's won 1 fight in 6 years. So, but
that's what Donald Cerrone.
Yeah, and the thing is that, look, I'm going to tell you something. Regardless of what, Conor McGregor is known around the world, man. You open up like Italian television, Nolan knows, man. You open up Italian television, they'll talk about Conor McGregor. You open up Fox News, you open up CNN, there's something about Conor going on. Tower for Towers, I think he gave $1 million bucks. You watch him in like bare knuckles, he's there. You see him in Bellator, Conor was there. He crosses over. He doesn't care. And the thing with Conor is he's at the F1 events. He's there with his yacht, man, and people are like, he's there just being a celebrity. The thing with Conor is he has the star power that, like him or hate him, he's always visible. And the thing is that he's developed that, and people still have a lot of confidence that he's going to win. And look, other than the tough episode that aired this week, I mean, if you look at Netflix and you look at his McGregor Forever, movie, I mean, you start to like Conor. I don't care what you think. If you weren't a Conor fan, and I know some people that weren't, and started watching this movie about him, they started to like him. They start to appreciate him because Conor is a character. Conor has Conor knew what to do to get into UFC. He took the shtick from the WWE and he
Okay.
put it in the UFC. And
Okay.
I told you that from the beginning,
Hang
Dave.
on.
He's
Hang
You're
playing
not
a shtick.
addressing what I'm
Hang on.
saying.
Remember
That
this.
is
Give me a
not
second
What I'm
here,
saying
relevant.
is this. But
Hey.
Conor is training like a beast. Sorry, man. I don't want to listen to me on
No,
this.
he's not. He's always
Conor
drinking
is
and
training like a
partying,
beast.
man. All I see,
He's playing the game, man. He's playing the game for sure.
He's taking
Damn.
shots of proper 12 in the middle of a crowd.
I
twice
think
a
there's
week.
nothing in that
Come on,
bottle. I
man.
don't think there's
So-
anything in that bottle. I don't think
Okay,
there's
well,
anything.
there
in
clearly is. He pours it out, and you can see the liquor he's drinking. So you said a lot there, AJ, and there's a lot to kind of address from what you said. First of all, the Netflix thing. He does have a Netflix show. No other fighter is going to get a Netflix show right now. Maybe John
Nobody.
Jones, maybe, but like, what other active or semi-active fighter for the UFC right now is going to get a Netflix show like Conor McGregor? Like, he is a massive star. He is a big name. People are going to tune in for whatever he does. AJ, the fact that people and you are starting to like Conor McGregor more because of the documentary, that's the point, man. It's Conor McGregor propaganda. It's made by his team to make you like Conor, to up his brand, and it does a good job of that, but like, come on, man, don't be a mark. It is what it is. It's a Conor, it's to make Conor look good. You're not going to see Conor looking bad or doing anything bad or negative in this.
Conor
It's
not
here
doing negative.
making Conor looking really good in a church, doing his community service. Like, come on now. It's ridiculous. If anything, it's made me think a little bit less of Conor, to see him in some of those candid moments and to see, like, wow, this guy is kind of out to lunch. He thinks he's making an alligator go away from his boat by just like posing at the gator, and you could tell he really believes that. And it's like, no, the gator just happened to move away, man. It's not you. It's just the gator. But he's got this like strange belief, and I think that it leads him down some weird paths. At the same time, he is a star. I think he's probably going to get smashed by Michael Chandler. The more time goes on, the more I think, ooh, man, Chandler's training, Conor's drinking, and it doesn't look good. But, Fred, I understand your point about him not being a serious mixed martial artist at this point, and I don't think he's given the fans any reason, like the real fans that follow the sport, any reason to think that he's a serious mixed martial artist right now. From everything that he's presented, he doesn't seem like he's taking training seriously. He's taken forever to get into USADA. He's not doing the drug testing. He says he's going to fight, then he's not going to fight. Conor is not giving us a reason to believe in him. I want to
disagree,
believe,
Dave.
but I am not
Disagree.
believing based on what I've seen from Conor McGregor. Nevertheless, he's a big star. Like, Kamaru Usman and Justin Gaethje were at that bare-knuckle boxing show, too, the BKFC that Conor was at. But you didn't hear about that. Like, they're more relevant to MMA currently, but you don't hear about those guys being at that show because even though Kamaru Usman's one of the greatest welterweight champions and Justin Gaethje is a very relevant 155er right now, they're not big stars. Conor was sitting ringside for the bare knuckle. They got Gaethje and Usman like way in the back. You know what I'm saying? Conor, he's a guy that moves the needle. He's going to up the number on the pay-per-views until he doesn't, until everybody realizes that, hey, maybe he doesn't have this anymore and it becomes kind of a joke. And I think it might become kind of a joke at some point. But yeah, if he loses his next fight, then he's in some real trouble. Then I think there's reason to go, oh, this guy is absolutely done. But the two fights with Poirier, I don't know. The first one he lost. The second one his leg busted. So you kind of give him benefit of the doubt, I guess. But
he
the
did have a
Chandler fight
fracture
is
going
tough.
in
The
there.
Chandler fight is going to be tough for
One
him.
win in 6 years, man. Come on.
Yeah. No, you're right. No, you're 100% right. That's why I don't believe in him. Like, I don't believe in him as the best fighter. I don't think he's going to be a 155-pound champion ever again in the UFC or 170 or any championship. He'll never be a champion. He might fight for the belt, but I don't think he'll win a championship fight. And I don't even think he'll get past Michael Chandler. But
Like,
he's a
I'm
star.
all for him. I'm all for him getting publicity and all that. It's just like, I just don't believe it. Like, he's saying like he wants to fight back and blah, blah, blah. What he wants is a big paycheck, and I don't blame him for that. And look, I'll be interested for his next fight. But as of right now, there's nothing official, man. He's not fighting for a while, so like, why continue to have this stupid discussion of when is he gonna fight and blah blah blah? Just fucking fight, Conor, and whenever you fight, I'll watch. But until then, man, there's other more interesting stuff.
Dave, let me bring up two.
Something about guys named CM, right? Conor McGregor, CM Punk. You just talk about him forever, whether or not they're going to come back, and then eventually they do come back, and you're like, yeah, I'm over it. You know? Takes too long.
Yeah, but listen, man, you're dissing Conor too much, and I'm going to tell you something.
You're dissing Conor not enough.
You know what? I'm not dissing him enough, but I'm going to tell you something which you failed to look at. Number one, when he fought Poirier, going into that fight, you know, he did have like a foot injury that obviously carried on.
The second time.
It happened, man.
What about the first time?
Listen, shit happens. It happened to
everybody.
It's happened to George. It's happened to
knocked
BJ
out.
Penn. It's happened to everybody. But I'm going to tell you something. Walking into the tough episode, if you really looked at it, and when Conor was wearing no shirt and standing next to Chandler, holy shit, man. Don't come around and tell me this guy's not training. He
I
plays
didn't see
the
him
game.
in no shirt. I saw him in a suit.
Yeah, well, did you see him without like his he is ripped. And I'm going to tell you something. He plays the game, man. That's the thing with Conor. He's an illusionist. He makes you believe, man. He's like David Copperfield. He's going to make you believe that he's drinking and he's partying and he's doing all this stuff. But this guy is training, and you can say what you want. But in the episode of Tough, when he had his team picked, he was in there training with those guys and fighting with those guys and dropping kicks and punches. This guy goes in there and he mixes in the heat. Chandler didn't, and Chandler won't. But that's the difference with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor talks the talk, but he walks the walk.
What you're saying?
Listen, man, I'm not saying he's a better coach. I'm just saying that he gets involved with his team, and he's in the mix, man. He's there sweating it out as much as they are. And I was impressed by that. And I'm going to tell you, you can say all you want, but Conor is in shape. A guy who's partying this and that and whatnot is not going to be in the shape of Conor. You know what? I think Conor has like, he had a bad streak for a little while. There's no doubt about it, but he proved it against Donald Cerrone. You know, when he took out Cerrone, and Cerrone is no joke. He had a bad luck with Poirier. That shit happened. But I'm telling you, he will beat Chandler. And I like Chandler, but he won't have Chandler won't have the capability to strike with Conor, and Conor's going to knock him out. I'm telling you, Conor's in top shape, and he's playing the game. He always does. But
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because I think Conor winning is good for the sport, because then they can keep making money and keep drawing interest and potentially bringing in new fans, because Conor McGregor is the biggest star that MMA's ever had. That's why he's relevant, Fred. He's the biggest star the sport's ever had. But Fred never watches The Ultimate Fighter, and I thought maybe Conor McGregor would draw him in, and it didn't. And I'm not really that surprised, because I think the appeal of Conor McGregor. But again, I think we've played this game before, Fred. Who could they put on The Ultimate Fighter as coaches that would make you watch? Like nobody? Anybody?
Jones.
Nobody.
I'm sure if Jones was there, you'd want to watch it. Or Brock Lesnar as a coach, man. For sure you're going to want to watch. I know you, Freddie.
I watched them fight. I watched John Jones and Brock Lesnar fight. I watched Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler fight. I don't need to see them coaching. Like, to me, and AJ made this big, proclamation that Conor's this great coach. In my head, I was like, Conor probably shows up for an hour for taping, and then
no, not at all. Not at all, dude. He was in the mix, man. He was training. That's
my opinion. I have no information on the subject, but that's how I envision it happening.
No, but Freddie's completely the opposite of that. He was like really involved, and he was training, and there's a lot of like videos out there, and that's the thing with Conor. He just doesn't stand on the side like, don't touch me because I'm the king and I don't want to get like punched or submitted or whatnot. He's in there, man. He's striking it out, man. He's grappling. He's doing what a coach should be doing.
So AJ is telling you about the highlights of Conor McGregor training with his team that they showed you on the episode. They also showed you on the episode the weigh-in to the fight that was on the show, right? There was one fight on the show. Conor wasn't at the weigh-in for his fighter. He wasn't anywhere near that. Where was Conor? AJ's got no answer. AJ's got no answer because he wasn't there. Why wasn't he there? I don't know. I'm just saying he wasn't there, and I watched the episode, and I'm like, why isn't Conor at this? This seems like a thing for a coach to be at. Yeah, he was at the fight, but he wasn't at the weigh-in, which is the day before, which is also important. And you're saying he's there for his team. He's a great coach. Da, da, da. I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe we'll see during this season. And I watched the episode, and I'm down to watch because of Conor McGregor and see what his antics are because he's an entertaining guy. But
yeah, look.
The
I
Chandler
thought
guy is gonna win it. Here's my prediction.
Team Chandler guy won the first fight.
yeah, by like 10 seconds, man, and
Knocked him out real
that was
quick.
impressive, man.
Yeah.
Gentleman, man, he went. Yeah, that was
Go for
pretty
a
rough.
sweep.
Come
Come on, Team Chandler, sweep it.
Yeah, it's
like
weird
Team
teams
Canada
too.
against,
It's like
Team
one.
Australia.
What is it? 155 and 135 maybe. And it's a group of pros, or not pros, but like guys that have been in the that have been in the UFC before, and then another
second
group
chance.
of guys that haven't been in the UFC before, and then
Yeah,
Conor
up-and-comers.
picked all the prospects, and Chandler picked all the UFC veterans. Right? I think that's how it went. They had like a weird draft.
Yeah, it was weird.
Mm.
So, look, it was just a bad first fight for Team Conor. I mean, even for the fighter himself. he
AJ's
started off
making
good,
excuses
you know?
already
Listen,
for Conor,
shit,
for
man.
his team on the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter where his guy got knocked out in 10 seconds. How are you making excuses? What
No,
are you
but
even talking
okay,
about?
listen,
You don't even know the
Roosevelt
guy's
Roberts-
name. You're making excuses only because he's
talking about?
Conor's guy.
What? No, I'm not. Listen, I saw the fight. I thought it was
So did
it was
I.
just
All right.
quick, man.
But
who
Like,
cares?
it wasn't
I'm
enough
looking
for
at
them,
the
but let me tell
coaches here, and look, Team McGregor, head coach Conor McGregor, assistant coach John Kavanagh, and striking Owen Rowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are Conor's
Whereas
coaches.
Chandler is bringing Ryan Bader.
Yeah.
He's bringing Robert Drysdale, bringing a wrestling coach. I'm all Team Chandler, man. I'm all Team Chandler.
Well, Drysdale is is impressive for me, to have. There's no doubt about it, but
All right.
we'll see, man. It was only the first episode, man. It's gonna get warmer, and then hot, and then crazy.
And you watched the whole Conor Netflix series? I started watching it. I don't know if I'll get through it. It's all right. But
No, I
It's
haven't
not great.
finished it yet, but no, I liked it. I mean,
the new I Think You Should Leave just dropped on Netflix. I think I'm going to watch that instead. You guys ever seen that?
what's it called?
I Think You Should Leave.
What's it about?
It's a sketch comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
You never seen it? It's pretty good.
No.
I don't know if you guys would like it. It's a weird Dave type
Uh.
show. I don't know if you guys would like it. You know?
I'll recommend for a second week in a row. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Good show, man.
I don't know if I Think You Should Leave is like that. I don't think it is. It's
I started watching Arrested
it's
Development
pretty
again
good.
after we spoke.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about that show. Man, it's funny. I want to watch that third season. All right. What's happening in UFC? Yoann Lainez, the White Lion. AJ, you want to get all excited and go on and on about complimenting somebody? Yoann Lainez is going to fight Matthew Semmelsberger July 29th at UFC 291. So, Yoann Lainez, the White Lion from Quebec, has his next big fight set for July 29th. And next weekend in the UFC, it'll be UFC 289. We're almost at 290. We'll get there. 290 looks good. 289. Not as
and
good.
don't forget to mention Corinne Laframboise, man, that got contracted for the Dana White Contender Series. Another Quebecer, man.
Yeah.
Corinne Laframboise, man. We got
Yeah.
the White Lion. We have Corinne there. We've got Jourdain, man. We've got
Barrio.
Barrio. Man, we've got quite a few guys, man, straight from the heart of Montreal and Quebec.
Straight from the barrio. So we got Amanda Nunes against Irene Aldana next Saturday, UFC 289. Charles Oliveira in the co-main event against Beneil Dariush. That's the big one for me, and I think everybody else. Mike Malott versus Adam Fuggett.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
And Nate Landwehr against Dan Ige. Marc-Andre
Dan
Barriot against Eric
Yeah, baby.
Anders. Right?
That's gonna
Remember
be
that?
Roll Tide.
Yeah.
We had that
Khalil
Eric on,
Roundtree against Chris Dawkins. Miranda Maverick against Jasmine Jasudavicius. Nasruddin Imavov against Chris Curtis. Eamon Zahabi. Talk about Montreal fighters. Eamon Zahabi on this card against Arichi Ling.
Is he?
Yes, he's the second fight on the Fight Pass prelims. Eamon Zahabi's fighting next weekend
Wow, that's
in
good
Vancouver.
to hear, man.
Right?
So
it's
another
UFC,
Montrealer, man. Amen.
Yeah. So 2 Quebec fighters on this card, Eamon Zahabi and Marc-Andre Barriot. And Amanda Nunes, of course, from Pointe-aux-Trembles. All right? No?
Maybe.
No? Where's she
And
from?
the
Brazil?
Nunez-
No? She's not from here? Okay. But this weekend, guys, we
a good card.
have... I don't know. I feel bad, but like, what is this? I don't even. It's a flyweight main event, which already I'm out. You know, it's like wow, flyweight division. What are they doing? Who's even the champion
No, man, there's
anymore?
some good.
It's Moreno.
guys
I know who it is. I like Brandon Moreno, but the division is like not the most exciting in the UFC. What's the least exciting division in all of UFC? What's the most exciting? I'd say the most exciting talent, fun, fights overall is probably heavyweight.
Yeah.
Just crazy shit happens.
Not very
And there's some
deep.
cool ass fighters. Not a ton of competition. I don't know, heavyweight, but I think the most competitive and maybe the wildest fights we see probably at 155. I prefer heavyweight fights though. I think when you have a really good heavyweight division, MMA is a lot of fun. I wish John Jones would stick around forever as UFC heavyweight champion, just beat up everybody. It'd be fun, but we'll see.
Might be fighting Pavlovich, man. I'm reading that
What?
that might be the fight that's getting. Well, I mean, Stipe is not signing that contract, so that's the fight the UFC is gonna want to do next. If it's not Stipe, who it is?
I think
Pavlovich.
Jones could beat him. I think Jones could beat anybody.
You know what I read though? Jones throughout his career, even at 205, he never fought somebody with a longer reach than him. And Pavlovich has the exact same reach as Jones. Pavlovich has some pretty big arms also.
Yeah.
An interesting
it'd be
matchup.
dangerous.
Like, I'm picking Jones, but it's an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
I think Pavlovich is more dangerous than Stipe, maybe.
You ever see the...
Stipe's not.
No, I don't know, man. Do you ever see the
won't
Pavlovich
wrestle
Overeem
with-
fight?
The Pavlovich Overeem?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. Pavlovich got completely out-wrestled by Alistair Overeem.
Okay.
And it was several years ago, and Overeem beat him up with ground and pound. It was several years ago, but I have a hard time believing that he's been able to catch up that much in wrestling to the point where he won't get out-wrestled by John Jones. Like, if you're getting out-wrestled by Alistair Overeem 5 years ago, even if you're training wrestling all day, every day for 5 years, John Jones probably still going to out-wrestle you 5 years later because he's also been improving and he's John Jones. You know? I think Pavlovich would get taken down.
Look, he's the best fighter in the UFC of all time, so yeah. But I think, for example, Stipe, I don't see Stipe wanting to wrestle with John Jones. And if it stays standing up, I think John Jones also has an edge there. So, I don't know. That matchup is fun because it's 2 marquee names, but I feel John Jones would handle Stipe pretty easy. And he probably handles also Pavlovich, and John Jones is that good.
Yeah, he's the man. All right, so we have no answer on the worst, most unimpressive division, most boring division in
I mean,
UFC?
maybe 125, man. You might
I
be
think
right.
it's 125. I really do, because it's just there's no matchups where you go, oh, there's no dream fights at 125. Like even for the champion, you're like, I don't know. At 135, you can kind of figure stuff out. 145, there's some fighters. 155, there's a ton. 170, there's a ton. 185, there's a ton. 205, there's a bunch. You know, heavyweight, there's a good fun division with fun matchups. 125, even 135 is kind of borderline. The women's 125 division is way more compelling than the men's. Right? Isn't Mackenzie Dern at 125? Valentina's a champion. Like, that's a fun division. 115 for women is a fun division. The lighter divisions for men are, like, not so fun these days.
And Moreno and Figueiredo have been fighting like 4 times in a row, and nobody really like Kai Kara France is a good fighter still. I like Kai Kara France,
Yeah.
but I don't see like maybe he'll be champion one day. Maybe he'll be a contender. He's not a star though. That's the difference.
No. And this is the main event. It's Kai Kara France versus Amir Albazi. Albazi, 29 years old, 16-1. Has won 5 in a row coming into this fight. Kai Kara France coming off a loss to Brandon Moreno in his last one back in July of last year. 30 years old, Cara France out of New Zealand. Yeah, it's not the most compelling main event. And the rest of the card is not amazing either. Alex Caceres against Daniel Pineda. Tim Elliott against Victor Altamirano. I mean, I don't even know who is Victor Altamirano. Welcome. Patrick got a gifted membership. Carini Silva against Ketlin Souza. I mean, I'm struggling to place a lot of these fighters. When I think of a UFC card that I want to watch, I want to say the names of all 10 fighters on the main card and be able to picture their faces. If I can't picture your face, or if I can't say your name with one name, you know, you don't have to say their last name or you don't have to say their first name, you know, like Chael or Jones. You know, you say Jones in MMA, you know who the fuck you're talking about, right? You say goddamn Pavlovich in MMA, you know what you're talking about. You say Stipe in MMA, you know what you're talking about. If you say Kai in MMA, even if you say Cara France, or people are like, oh, yeah, you know? It's not like a household MMA name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, he doesn't have the pizzazz, but
there's
man,
only
he has,
one
like,
guy.
the skills. There's no doubt about it.
There's one name brand on this show, and it's on the prelims. It's Arlovsky.
Arlovsky, man. He's been there forever. 44 years old, man. Still fighting. But that's the thing. Arlovsky has a name that it doesn't matter what age group you're in. You'll know, or you've seen him fight. I mean, he's been around forever, man.
Yeah.
Forever. 44 years old and still going strong. And to be honest, I have him for a win over Dontail. Dontail is not that great. You know, there's one thing with Arlovsky, man. He's a beast, man. So much experience. He's gone up against the most dangerous guys in the world, man. Look, he went up against Fedor. Didn't do so well, but still, man, you know, Dontail, easy win for Arlovsky. But yeah, he's a big name. He should have been on the main. I would have put him there with a name like Arlovsky.
Yeah. I mean, I know who he is. Arlovsky is 44 years old.
Yeah, 44. Yeah.
Will he beat Dontail? That's a big question. I wonder if he beats Dontail. He's the underdog in the fight.
Look, he was a favorite. Listen, Dontail was a favorite against Augusto Sakai, and Sakai made mincemeat out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that fight, you know? So who has better striking power out of like Dontail's, Augusto Sakai, or Arlovsky? You know, he's not that great, man. Yeah, no offense, you know, but
I'm gonna go.
You know, the win is gonna go with Arlovsky.
All right.
Sorry, Fred.
Why are you apologizing to Fred? What did you do to
Fred? Because I think I overspoke him there. Fred was saying something.
Fred's going with Arlovsky too.
Picking Arlovsky.
What about the main event? Cara France or Albazi?
Man, you know you talk so highly about like Kai. It's gonna be tough, Freddie, man. This guy is on a win streak. This Albazi, he's a beast, man. He's like a future prospect. He's coming in.
Yeah.
Listen, when it comes to his grappling game, the guy's an elite grappler. You're going up against Cara France, amazing striker. But remember this is a smaller octagon, so it's going to favor for sure a wrestler. There's not going to be much opportunity to get away from a possible takedown. This is why I'm giving it to Albazi. I think, and I was going strong with Kai, and then I was looking at Albazi. You know, when it comes to the wrestling game in a smaller octagon, it's going to favor him. And listen, if Kai can keep it standing, he has a potential to win. But being a smaller octagon, it's going to be hard for him, man. You know, Albazi is a beast, man.
Well,
you convinced me. Taking Albazi.
Yep. Let me tell you something. This show will not be the biggest MMA show going on this weekend. The biggest MMA show going on this weekend is going to be in Poland in a soccer stadium.
What?
Who is it?
Yeah. AJ, you want to talk about it's KSW 83.
Oh.
KSW is a long-running promotion out in Poland, and of course the main event. Let me quiz you, AJ. Who's in the main event? Don't tell him, Fred. You don't know the great Polish fighter for KSW, Mamed Khalidov? You don't know that guy?
Oh, he's fighting?
He's
When is
still
it? This
going.
Saturday?
He's main eventing. It is Saturday
Wow.
at noon. KSW in a soccer stadium. The
Wow.
PGE Narodovi. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it is a gigantic soccer stadium, and he's headlining a huge KSW show on Saturday. Khalidov versus Scott Askham. Just ask.
You ask him, Dave.
Mariusz
Just ask
Pudzianowski's on this show too.
For real?
The
I
strong
was gonna
man.
say I miss
Yeah.
Pudzianowski. He still
course.
fights?
Yeah, he's fighting
Yeah.
Artur Spilka. Pudzianowski is on this card. They're bringing out all the big guns for this one. It's a stadium show. They got to have all the stars. So that's
Man,
a
they
big
don't
one.
fool around in Poland, man.
No, man, they like MMA out there. And Mamed Khalidov has been a great fighter out there forever.
Wow,
So.
man. There's some killer look. Did you see their website, Dave? Wow.
No.
Very impressive, man.
Yeah, it's a serious promotion.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't get a lot of play here, but they've got some good fighters. And Khalidov is kind of past his prime a little bit now, but there was a time where it was like, if he was in the UFC, he might be dominating some people. He's 42 years old. He's been around for a while, but there was definitely a time when he could have
Messed up a lot of people.
possibly been a UFC champion or definitely fought for the belt. Mariusz Pudzianowski was his last opponent, actually. He beat Pudzianowski in his last fight at heavyweight,
Yeah,
which is
I remember.
crazy. Crazy. So Mamed Khalidov is back this weekend, but we've got the UFC. AJ going with Albazi, and I'm leaning towards Albazi too. I think Kara France is a good fighter, but Albazi's a little bit younger, and he's on the rise. He's very impressive. And every fight that he has, he seems to be getting a little bit better. I have been impressed by Junior Albazi. I like him. So I'm going to go with Amir Albazi. Why did I say Junior? I thought that was like his nickname, Junior Albazi. Who's Junior Albazi? Am I making that up?
Sounds familiar, actually. It might be Junior,
Oh, you
man.
know what? I'm confusing him with Brazilian MMA fighter Junior Albini.
Junior Albini.
There's a UFC fighter
Close
called
enough.
Junior Albini, but this guy is Amir Albazi. I was calling him Junior Albazi. That's how, But this is Albazi. I know I've seen this guy fight before because when I'm looking at his record, I remember the Zalgas Zumagulov fight, and I was like, oh, Zalgas, he's pretty good. And then this Albazi guy beat him pretty soundly. I was like, damn.
And
Who's
he
this
beat
Albazi?
somebody. And Albazi beat somebody that we saw, Malcolm Gordon. We saw Malcolm Gordon fighting here in Montreal. Super impressive fighter and whatnot, and he smoked him.
Yeah,
So
and
Albazi
Gordon
has
is
a
good,
win
man.
over him.
Gordon's got really good jiu-jitsu, and he submitted Gordon in the first round. So, yeah, Albazi is real dangerous. I think he gets a
He beat,
victory here, possibly a submission. He's got 5 rounds to do it. I could see Albazi getting the submission victory here. Taking a look at the Bet99 betting odds. Trying to take
Favorite
a look at the
is,
betting odds.
I think
Pick him
favorite is
between
Albazi.
Kara France.
It's a pick'em at Bet99.com, minus 110 on either side.
Is it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going
He
with
was,
Albazi. Are we all going with Albazi in this one?
No, Freddie's going with. You're going with Albazi,
No.
Freddie.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, man. Usually when we agree, man, on the main card, on the main
Yeah.
event, we tend to win. So Albazi it is, man.
I'll bazzy you up. All right. So we're going with Albaz, the Bazman. Okay, you want to do a parlay, AJ? You have something for me? I want you to start us off with your crazy AJ parlay. Give Fred some time to come up with something. Give me some time, too, because this card is not great. I don't know what time the Yankees are playing on Saturday night, but if they're playing while this card is going on, I'm watching the Yankees, and I might have the card on in the background, but, I don't know. Yankees not playing tonight, a rare off day. They're in L.A. tomorrow. They lost last night in Seattle in extras, 1-0. After taking 2 of 3 from the Mariners, though. So the Yankees are playing well, but couldn't score a run last night, 1-0. After a solid start from Clark Schmidt. Schmidt on the mound had one of his best starts of the season. Checked his hands. They were not sticky. He was doing his job. Went 5 2/3. You like my baseball report? could do this all day. Aaron Judge hit 3 home runs while in Seattle, 2 in the same game, and he stole a home run as well out in right field. Jumping, leaping over the wall, several feet in the air.
That was pretty impressive, man.
A ball
That was
player.
impressive.
He's the best.
That and the squirrel, man. Those two highlights were amazing.
The squirrel.
Did you see the squirrel?
Yes, that was at
Poor
Yankee
squirrel.
Stadium too. Of course I saw that. Anything that happens
That
at
squirrel,
Yankee
man.
Stadium that's a highlight, AJ, I'm definitely going to have my eyes on. I'm aware
glad
of
the
what's
squirrel
going on.
survived, man.
Yep.
That was impressive. You see how he came down? It was like, woo!
I like
then
that
he
one guy
ran.
that was scared of the squirrel.
It was funny, man.
Oh, Angelo says
So
7:15 Saturday night. Really? Aren't they in L.A. or are the Dodgers going to New York? I thought they were going. I thought the Yankees were headed to L.A.
Yeah, but it might be an afternoon game in LA.
7. What's that? 4:00 start in L.A. It's kind of a weird start time. Possibly. He might be right. I trust Angelo. If he's telling me, he's not telling me that for no reason, you know. Yeah, Yankees in L.A. tomorrow, 10:10 start time. Thanks a lot. Although it's Friday night, so I'll be doing Wrestling Uncensored while the game is on, so I'll be able to watch the game, and I'll be very distracted while I'm talking wrestling with Johnny. Let's see. I think Angelo's right. 7:15. I think the UFC card's probably in the evening, too, so I'll be watching the Yankees and Dodgers. Ooh, Garrett Cole's pitching on Saturday, too, so that's really good, you know. Garrett Cole. And I think Stanton and Donaldson are back in the lineup this weekend. I'm pretty sure they're back in the lineup. Hopefully Rizzo can come back and Yankees could be a little bit stronger. Unfortunately, Bader got hurt in Seattle, which really sucked. Harrison Bader, the center fielder. Tremendous ball player. You guys are so bored right now. I can tell by your faces. AJ, you got a parlay for me?
Yeah, man. When you're not talking Houston or the Expos, man, Freddie tunes out, man.
My God. I could just go on and on about the Yankees, and I know Miss Brooklyn Lizard in the chat is liking it. She says go Yankees, but I don't know. I think we probably lose a lot of MMA viewers when I start talking about the
Yankee
Yankees.
talk.
Yeah, Stanton's going to
Yeah, but if you were
DH, and I'm pretty sure Josh Donaldson is going to start at third base tomorrow night in L.A. I don't know what to do with myself tonight with no Yankee game. It's like, what am I doing? I'm exhausted, too, because they've been on the West Coast, so I've been up real late watching the games. Love it.
Watch hockey, man.
No. Are you fucking crazy?
Basketball NBA finals are starting.
Watch hockey. Don't watch the Yankees. Watch hockey. Why would I watch something that I love for something that really would, it would put me to sleep immediately, hockey. So boring.
Maybe that's what you need, man.
I don't know
early
why
night,
people
man.
say baseball is boring. I am fascinated and super excited by baseball. Hockey, just they're just going back and forth all day. I'm like, all right, can you do something? Hit somebody. Punch somebody in the face already. I love the fights because at least something happens.
Yeah, but not as much as they used to be. Back in
it's
the days,
boring.
man, it used to be like drop the gloves all the time, man. Ask Chris Nyland.
That's the best.
Nowadays,
no, I'm good.
man,
That's the best
as
part
bad.
of hockey for me is when they fight each other because I like fights
rock
way
and
more than
soccer.
I like skating. You know what I mean? I don't like guys skating around so much. I find that a little boring. Guys skating with sticks, it's like, why? But guys punching each other in the face, I watch that every Saturday night. So, AJ, speaking of guys punching each other in the face, give me your
Yep.
parlay for the UFC Vegas.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Amir Albazi like we all did. I think he's taking the win. Then it's going to be, man, the Kung Fu Kid, the Bruce Lee Alex, man. I think he's going to take that win, man, over Daniel Pineda. Like, if you look at Alex, he's on the top 15. This guy comes out. He's impressive. His striking is there. He got KO of the year when he fought Julian Eros. I saw that highlight, and I'm like, holy shit, man. Yeah. Alex, man, he's there. He's going to outstrike Pineda. There's no doubt about it. It'll probably go to distance, but I'm going with Alex for the win on that. And then you got Jim Miller, man. Jim Miller, man, there's 3 different fighters that were set up for this fight.
Yeah.
And now Jared Gordon is out. I was picking Jared Gordon to beat Jim Miller. Jim Miller's been around forever, man. He's like, this is his 15th year as a pro fighter. The guy, but he's impressive, man. His last fight was impressive. One thing with Miller, he has so much experience, but can he keep up with who he's fighting next, man? I don't know if you know Jesse Butler, but Jesse Butler is like a hot prospect coming in. He's one of the hot prospects for the lightweight division. He's on a I think a 4 or 5 fight winning streak coming in. This is his first fight in the UFC. He won in the LFA. I saw that fight. The guy is impressive. So if I'm gonna put any money, I think Butler is gonna be able to beat Miller. Miller wants to stick around to be at the.
Well, that just happened. I don't have odds for that fight. I don't think they have odds yet for that fight.
So
they just put that fight together. You're going on and on about your parlay. That fight's not even available to bet yet. So could you skip?
Well, listen, if it does come,
go against Miller,
which it will. Go, no, I'm saying go with Butler.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go with who else did I pick on that? I took Tim Elliott to beat Victor.
That's
yeah. And then I went with let's see if he's still there. It was Karen Silva, man.
It is taking
impressive.
you longer and longer to do these parlays every week. You know, Fred and I do jiu-jitsu every Friday morning together. Well, we do it a few times, a couple times a week at least. But every Friday we do jiu-jitsu, so we get a chance to talk about you after the show. And Fred and I, last week we were talking about how long it took you to get through your parlay last week. We were
but I gotta give a reason why I'm
AJ just kept going and going. Like, what's happening with him? Is he on something? Is he okay? You
gotta know why I'm picking them. I'm not picking them for no reason, man.
Fred, he's still like this, right? Fred, it's still going on.
Let me finish off, man.
Is it the same as last week?
Wins.
Did you break, AJ? Are you okay?
Listen, Karen Silva, 15 wins. And she's finished all 15. So put your money on Karen Silva. There you go, motherfuckers. You got to put a reason why. Not because I like her name and she sounds like Anderson Silva's daughter. It's because she's good, man.
Do you have other picks on your parlay, or are you done yet?
No, that's it. I'm done.
Really?
I was going to go with Arlovsky, but I'm
That's only 4 fights. You didn't pick the Nurmagomedov? I am shocked.
Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant.
Abu Bakr?
I'm worried about that one. Yeah, it's not only prelim. I'm not sure that he has.
Oh no,
I don't
actually,
think he's that much of a great favorite. I'm telling you, man. I don't know about picking that one.
Really?
Listen, Angelo. I'm going to tell you something. I got to give you a reason why I'm picking them. I'm not picking them just because I like the names. There's a reason for that. When AJ wins, which he's been winning lately, it's because I've been looking at these guys and breaking down their stats, and there's a reason for that. 15 wins.
Who's the last guy on the show who gave you a winning parlay?
Yeah, Dave Simon.
Yeah. That's right.
But I got 4 out of 5, bud. Let's not forget that.
That's
I
nice.
came close.
4 out of 5 is close, but you lose all your money. So there's AJ's parlay. I mean, it's true. AJ's parlay. Here we go. Let me show you so you're clear on what the hell this is. Wait, that's not AJ's parlay. Oh.
Who is this guy?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to give you AJ's parlay, but my thing busted out. I think that was an ad or something.
For Burger King.
Let's see, I'm having computer issues here, guys. Bear with me 1 second. I'll give you AJ's parlay. This is why Dave needs a new laptop. So hit us up on Super Chat. Support the Ringside Report Network because I'm struggling over here. I'll pay for my laptop because I'm struggling to get stuff on the screen. Will this work? Will my laptop shut down? Possibly. Wow, this is like not working. Is this working?
You can do it. You can do it.
It's kind of working. Here we go. It's kind of working again. Yay! Here we go. AJ's parlay. Albazi, Caceres, Elliott, Silva. $10. Forget that. There's no. It's not on the thing. I can't put anything. So 20 gets you 140.22.
That's good.
20 gets you 140.22. Silva, Elliott, Caceres, and Albazi. It's AJ's 4-fight parlay.
That's a winning pick, man.
I don't like it.
I love it.
Fred, you got one for me, or do I have to go? You decide.
Much easier parlay, man.
Nice.
I'm going. Look, AJ, you convinced me on the Amir. I'm gonna put him on my parlay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna parlay him with Andrei Arlovsky, who I think is gonna win by decision against Dontail Mays.
Ooh.
Arlovsky still has it. He's been decent in recent years, man.
Yeah.
Lost his last fight, but
he's gonna destroy him in the. Freddie, if he gets in the clinch, he's gonna destroy Dontails, and that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think Arlovsky has a really good chance of beating DuckTales. So we've got
Woo-hoo.
woo woo. Here's Amir Albazi and Andre Arlovsky. It's Fred's parlay. It's a two-fight parlay. It's perfectly reasonable. 83
Wow,
bucks
that's a good one.
is what you get. 20 to get you 83. Arlovsky and Albazi. It's
I like that. I like
it's
that.
the 4A combo, double A and double A. Amir Albazi, Andre Arlovsky. Freddie's got his A game going strong for
Quad A.
Saturday night. What?
Quad 8.
Quad A. Quad A.
Quad 8.
Smooth
Sade.
operator. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, smooth
That was Quad A, right? Quad A.
operator.
There you go,
Quad
AJ.
A.
Sing it. Finally, a song me and AJ both know.
Smooth operator.
Yeah. Keep going.
That's a 90s song. Smooth operator. I think so.
Might be 80s.
You were listening to that, Dave?
I mean, who
What are you
doesn't
doing? Like
that
dances
song?
at the sock hops.
The what?
I knew you were gonna say that. Angelo knows. Pat knows.
Smooth operator. 1984.
What?
That was before I was
84.
born. This song was out, but
Maybe it was when your
And who
dad was
doesn't know
getting all
this? This is a good
romantic.
song,
You
man.
listened to that song and it's like stuck in your
Was,
brain.
was
man. I thought you were
Dave
born.
conceived on Smooth Operator? That's
I don't
what
think
the
so.
show
We
should
gotta ask
turn to.
Papa Simon, man. We gotta ask him if that
Please
song
don't.
was on.
I
the
don't
night,
want to
man.
think about that. No one wants to
Come
think
on,
about that.
Dave. I do.
That's it.
Smooth operator.
Operator.
I'm gonna. You know what? That's it.
What are we gonna call this kid?
You're
Dave.
both on timeout. I'm putting you both on timeout. Can't deal with you guys. Oh, I can
Still
still
hear
hear them.
AJ.
It
Hear
doesn't
me.
work. Damn it. Tried to get rid of both of you guys. Tried to get rid of Fred and AJ this time. It didn't even work. I've lost control of the show.
It's probably your dad. He blocked you from like blocking us.
No,
He's like,
no,
those
no,
guys know, man.
Good memories.
How do they know? But they know.
No. Okay, I got to give you my parlay here. You shut up, guys. You guys are fucking gross. I'm gonna go with Albazi and Arlovsky. Can I do the same parlay as Fred? Can I just do that? I
Go
like
for
that
it.
parlay. Yeah. I'm gonna go
I
with
almost put Caceres, but I'm not confident in Caceres. So and last time I wasn't confident, I lost because I put Michael Johnson on my parlay. So I'm not. I'm sticking simple.
yeah. Okay, I'll
Listen, he
tell
was
you
fighting
what.
well,
I'll
Freddie.
tell you what. I'm gonna give you a different parlay than Fred's parlay. I'm gonna add a fight to Fred's parlay. I'm gonna make it different, slightly different. Okay. Team Dave is Albazi, Malarkey at minus 450, and Arlovsky at plus 114. $20 gets you 102.
Whoa, that's full of malarkey, Dave.
Bang bang. That's a 3-fight parlay. Arlovsky, Malarkey, and Albazi.
Who says malarkey all the time? I think it's
Old
Biden.
guys.
He took a dive today,
Malarkey.
by the way. He did a judo roll. Did you see the judo roll he did today?
No.
Holy smokes, man. It's all over. Did you see it, Freddie?
Pretty
Biden
impressive.
went down, man. He was, well, it wasn't too impressive, Dave, but
You said he did
I
a
feel for
judo
the guy.
roll. He's like 100 years old. What do you mean?
Well, he wasn't supposed to be doing judo at that point. He was giving out
he
like
wasn't trying to do judo.
diplomas. No. He just went down,
He just
man, like
fell?
a sack of potatoes.
Is he okay?
He just dropped, man, and rolled. They picked him up, they dusted him off, and they put him back in the seat, man.
Jeez.
Jesus.
He's the Weekend at Bernie's president. Just put him
I'll
in
tell
his-
you.
president ever.
Listen, Dave,
Most
put that
votes
clip. If you can
ever.
find the clip, it's too funny, man.
I'm good.
I don't want to laugh like, like at a senior, but damn, it was.
I mean, a guy that old falling down, could be the end.
Dude, he went
You know
down,
what I
man,
mean?
like a sack of potatoes. He was giving out the diplomas, and then
If
he's like,
you're- If you're
Soto
Secret
Gary, man.
Service, right, and you're supposed to protect the president's life, and he's an old dude, and he falls, didn't you fuck up? You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, somebody's supposed to be there to pick him up, man.
Like,
The
you
people
got to
that
catch
voted
him.
in
You got to
fucked
be
up.
ready to catch this guy if he falls, no? Like, if you're Secret Service and this old man is about to tumble, you have to catch him, otherwise he might die.
He could. Technically,
You don't
you're
forget
right, man.
taking a bullet. How about, like, helping him off the toilet? That seems to be part of the job, too.
Yeah, ask the Pope. Listen, Yeah, it was a rough one, but
All right. Fred, you
he's
got
a
some,
smooth
while
operator.
we're on this talk about negative Joe Biden talk, it feels like a good time to talk about NASCAR. You want to do that too? Do
Yeah,
you have
baby.
any? There we go.
Yeah, sure. Where's my intro?
I don't know. I played it. I didn't get a sound effect. Let me try it again.
Yeah, what's up, Dave?
I don't know. I got the video, but I didn't get audio. Something went wrong. I don't know.
All right,
I'll
man.
do the sound.
We're gonna talk about Chase Elliott, man.
All right.
Chase Elliott, man, he's NASCAR's most popular driver for several years. In NASCAR, being popular is very important because that means you bring a lot of sponsor money to the team. So Chase Elliott, NASCAR's most popular driver for many years.
Cheater.
Well, he's suspended next week because he decided to attempt murder on Denny Hamlin, and
Wow.
that didn't go too well, man. Denny Hamlin pushed him up to the wall, and then Chase Elliott clipped him on the right rear, which sent Denny Hamlin into the wall. Big crash. Then Denny Hamlin, he decided to be tattletale, man. He came out with the data. He said, like, this guy did it on purpose, and he did it by proving, by, these days everything is recorded. So he brought the data that showed that Chase Elliott turned into him, because at the same time somebody was bumping Chase in the back. But if you go like super slow-mo, Chase turned into him before he got bumped. So Chase tried to play it smart, go like, no, I didn't do that on purpose. Because last year, Bubba Wallace, when he did it to Kurt Busch, he said, like, yeah, I did it on to Kyle Larson. He said, yeah, I did it on purpose, and he got a 1 race suspension, and everybody was happy back then. But now, it's Chase Elliott, the most popular driver, and people were wondering, is NASCAR going to suspend him? And they did, man. Props to NASCAR. They had to, man. That was a awful thing that he did.
He's the most popular driver?
Yeah, son of Bill Elliott. He's the son of a legend, and a big driver, man. Drives for 2020 champion. Drives for Hendrick Motorsports. He's for sure one of the very good and very most popular driver.
So what happened last weekend? Coca-Cola 600, Ryan Blaney is the winner.
Yeah.
Blaney.
First win in 59 races for Ryan Blaney, man. And good for him, man.
I called it. I said there was an underdog that was going to happen, remember? I told you. I said this is a race that an underdog is going to win, man. I knew it. You don't believe me?
I don't
Listen to
remember
last
that,
week's.
but
Yeah, I said, man, it's an
I don't
underdog.
recall
that's
you
gonna end up
saying the
winning.
name Ryan Blaney last week, AJ.
I
so
just
I
felt
don't
an
know.
underdog was going to come out of this one.
Okay.
I'll tell you who got in shit other than Chase Elliott. It's Chase Briscoe. It's not a good week for the guys
Ooh,
named
yeah,
Chase.
that's
man.
a bad one.
Chase Briscoe, his team got caught changing a part. Like NASCAR, they have this next gen car where they tell the teams this is how it is. They supply the parts. Like there's a lot of parts teams are not allowed to change, and they got caught manufacturing a part in the engine to give more downforce, and they got hit with 120
Actually
driver
went up.
standing points, which is like
Yeah.
winning when you win a race, you win like 43 points. So taking 120 off from the standing is a huge
You're done.
250 grand fine, and also gave them a
250
bunch
grand,
of playoffs, points penalty. So Chase Briscoe's season is pretty much finished, man. NASCAR
Wow.
Yeah,
told
he's
him,
done,
like,
man.
Yeah.
You're done.
So he was cheating
250,000
and he got caught. Does this happen
he
often?
got caught. Yeah, I mean, if
I'm
you're
sure
not
it does.
cheating, you're not giving 100%.
Wow.
You gotta
Dale
find a way,
Jr.
man.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. said he likes to think that he never drove a legal car, man, because these guys are always trying to push the edge. But there's a limit where NASCAR doesn't want you to play with some of the parts because it could get dangerous, man. As we saw in everything was normal, but if you start playing with the car, the certain parts, the integrity of the car is played with, and it could get dangerous for the drivers. It could get dangerous for the people in the stands, etc. So.
Well, that's
Gotta
what
follow
happened.
those
Wasn't there a tire? Wasn't there a tire as
Yeah,
well
well,
that
that's
like
different.
flipped
I
into
mean,
the parking
everything
lot?
was legit. Technically, the tire is supposed to be attached to the car. When there's an accident, there's supposed to be a system that keeps the tire attached, but that failed, and the tire luckily landed in the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Not a.
It
Because that
destroyed the
tire's
car
like
there.
75 pounds, man. It's huge, It's a fucking
Yeah.
75-pound boulder coming at you.
That was crazy. That tire flying
Yeah.
through the air, that was frightening, man. It's a dangerous game. NASCAR is
Well,
a
to watch
dangerous
it,
sport,
man.
auto sports and everything. Angelo gave us an update on something happened. The Indy 500 Team Penske.
Yeah, well, Ryan Blaney. Okay, so Ryan Blaney, he won. He's a Team Penske driver, and he won for the Coca-Cola 600. And the guy that won the Indy 500, Garden or something like that, his name. Well, he's also a Penske driver.
Wow.
Penske had a great. It's the first time in the history, I think, of motorsport that the same team wins the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600.
Well,
Good for Penske, man. And listen, what happened with
the
Bubba
Penske
Wallace?
file
Man?
doing well.
The Penske.
You know, George
Penske
Costanza
file.
with the Penske file. You know?
Bubba's
Freddie,
doing good, man.
Bubba
He
Wallace?
finished fourth, man. People need to give props to Bubba. He's been running well, man. He needs a win, though.
Yeah, he had a good race, man. He finished fourth, but then
He
got,
gave the
like,
finger to
attacked at the
somebody,
end
and somebody's feeling got hurt. And I mean, here I'm giving
was a
both
good
of you
push.
the finger.
How dare you?
But it was a good push, man. Bubba went flying there,
Yeah,
man,
well,
and he didn't retaliate. You know, he was like, "Oh,
on the
whatever."
roll as a pretty big guy. So
Yeah, he looked pretty big, man. Well, he made him fly, man. NASCAR talk.
All right. Well, I have
It's hot.
Yankees talk. Fred has NASCAR talk. AJ has
Jake Paul, $16 million mansion talk. This is the difference, man. Jake Paul, $16 million home.
there's videos of Logan Paul grappling with Volkanovski and
What?
Adesanya out there.
I saw that. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
I saw Adesanya
Show
taking
us.
him down. I don't know
What?
where it is. I don't know if I have it.
Man, I'd like to see that.
Mm.
Well, that's impressive.
YouTube, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's up there.
You too.
I'm talking to AJ
Or
because
Rumble.
AJ's like, I don't know where to see that. Well,
I know.
No, I know, but I just I didn't. Usually, I get like my feeds sent to me by my
Feeds.
crew in India.
my
But
feeds. Okay, careful.
Fantastic.
my India crew.
I don't know what that means. I tried to show you the
neither.
video, but my computer just died again, so I can't show it
Oh,
to you.
that
Oh.
sucks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
Imagine-
PR Mark says hi. By the way, I had
Alright.
a little lunch with him today.
What's up, Mark?
He wants to do some more jiu-jitsu.
Okay. I do too. So I'm gonna go and get some rest so I can do some jiu-jitsu tomorrow morning. Fred, I'll see you
Yep.
there. Is it gonna be hot again, like it is today?
It's a
Tomorrow?
little
now,
bit, but
man.
not as bad.
Okay. When were we? Wednesday? Yesterday? Yeah,
Yep.
right. It was hot yesterday doing jiu-jitsu. It was like
Yep.
super hot.
Perfect time to get staff.
I don't know why. Because you're
Why
sweating.
would you say that right now?
Yeah. What do you mean? Don't say that to me. I'm about to go roll tomorrow. Like, what are you talking about?
Just make sure you shower up, man.
I always
That's my
do.
advice to you.
Before and right after. I mean, that's what you got to do, isn't it? Isn't that kind of standard
Yep.
practice?
You'd be surprised, Dave.
See, yesterday
be
I went to
surprised.
2 classes, so I must have taken like 6 showers during the day.
Yeah. Yeah, Fred's doing 2-a-days now. Fred's a beast.
Jesus, man,
Yeah,
he's
I know.
a beast, man.
It's a
The
monster.
bionic man. The knee is like completely like healed.
Yeah, he has knee surgery. He's better, and he's doing twice-a-day jiu-jitsu. He's a savage.
Damn.
I just
Yeah,
wanted
Do you
Fred's-
feel anything? How's your knee? Does it bother you? Like, do you feel anything?
I mean, I feel a little bit. I think a lot of it is mental. I think like there is a pain, but it's a different pain. And I'm not a doctor, but I would think it's maybe what they say, the bone on bone. Sometimes like there's a feeling that's annoying. But with that said, all my movement is pretty good. So I can do all my movements.
Fred's moving
pain.
well. I can attest. He's moving well. I remember when he was hobbling around, not walking, and now he's like, sweeping me and everything. It's like, what the hell? Surgery works, apparently. Right?
Yep.
And
Um,
roids.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, AJ, I'll do this for you here.
The Gordon
this is-
Ryan roids.
This is for AJ. Before we go. Here's Adesanya, and here's Logan Paul. Okay, Adesanya over here, Logan Paul wearing no shirt.
Oh, he's got the double. Oh.
And he got back up.
Whoa. Damn.
And this is all that I've seen.
Wait, whoa.
That was it.
Let's see that. I want to see what Logan
This
did there. He
sequence,
did a
it's
nice
10
flip out.
seconds.
Nice. Wow.
I mean, Adesanya's not going that hard. He's flowing with him. You could tell he's flowing with him just by the way he's moving. Smooth and not attacking,
Still,
there's
man,
that.
Logan is training with these guys at that level, man.
Looks like they're
Something's up,
training
man.
in my basement. That place looks small for such professionals.
Yeah.
It probably is, man.
And why is Logan doing that? Shouldn't Jake be doing that? Isn't Jake the one that signed with PFL to do a supposed MMA fight at some point? Wasn't that supposed to happen? Is that still happening? Doesn't
It's
feel
supposed
like
to
it.
happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Or maybe Logan's gonna surprise everyone and get a fight with the UFC. Remember, he has Prime there.
Okay.
Could be a possibility.
Angelo Contagonis dropping the super chat. Thank you, Angelo. He is the super chat leader of the night. You guys are awesome. You keep me entertained. Thank you, Angelo. You keep us going strong with your support and everybody supporting the Ringside Report Network. Thank you, Angelo, for the super chat and the memberships you gifted here tonight to Doug Hepburn and Doug, of course, supporting the Ringside Report Network as well. Everybody watching, everybody tuning in on Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the things. Patrick C. Hamilton, Angelo Contagonis, Brooklyn Lizard. Who else did I see tonight?
Freddie,
Jay Deluxe, Nolan
Deluxe.
McScoth,
Nolan.
CSL Lorne, and others that I saw watching here live
Hold on a sec.
tonight.
Hold on a sec, Dave.
What?
Quickly, Jay Deluxe, because he did send out like a message. Just quickly, he mentioned last week about the great Antonio. Just quickly, just for him, I did meet the great Antonio way back in my younger days, and let me tell you, listen, he fought Inoki. The great Antonio was a great man, over 500 pounds. This guy can eat like a restaurant, like dry. Listen, he was an awesome man. The guy has the World Book of Records for pulling like a freaking plane with his hair. He has the world record for hitting a golf ball with his hair. He had locks, dreadlocks the size of a bat. The great Antonio is a legend, great man. He always said he was Italian, but I don't think he was really Italian. But I don't argue with him.
Thanks,
Hey, don't
AJ.
say that,
Appreciate you.
Great Antonio,
I'll be back
#1.
here tomorrow night to
Overrated.
talk pro wrestling with Johnny North. Okay, tomorrow night, Wrestling Uncensored, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll talk about Money in the Bank. Who will win Money in the Bank this year? Well, they're starting to qualify people, and we'll discuss who we think will win the Money in the Bank ladder matches coming up July 1st in London, England, a big Money in the Bank for WWE this year. And we will start previewing all that stuff and talking WWE and AEW coming up tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, with Wrestling Uncensored right here on the Ringside Report Network.
#1.
Please join in and give your support to Ringside Report Network. We've been providing expert coverage and commentary on both pro wrestling and MMA for over 15 years. Go to ringsidereport.net/support to find out more ways to support the channel.